Irritable bowel syndrome (IBS) medicine Aesculus Hippocastanum. The purpose of knowledge shared here is only educational and to increase awareness. Please always consult your doctor before taking any medicine. Self-treatment may always be injurious. Friends, today we shall know when to use medicine Aesculus Hippocastanum in irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). Dose is suggested at the end. दवा की मात्रा और पोटेंसी अंत में बताई गई है। आइए जाने इरिटेबल बाउल सिंड्रोम (IBS) में दवा एस्कुलस हिपोकास्टैनम कब उपयोगी है। Aesculus Hippocastanum. Hemorrhoidal patients. Heartburn, waterbrash, empty eructations, burning pain in stomach after eating, lasting from one meal to another, nausea, vomiturition or vomiting, empty eructations or bringing up thick phlegm, pricking in hepatic region with pains between shoulders and the whole length of spine, bloatedness of abdomen, colic around navel, and incisive pain around navel, incessant desire to defecate provoked by pressure behind, with pruritus and sensation of ulceration of anus, bilious temperament, lassitude, confusion of ideas, hypochondriasis. आइए जाने मेडिसिन एस्कुलस हिपोकास्टैनम के कुछ अन्य महत्वपूर्ण लक्षण। The condition of Aesculus are worse during sleep, hence symptoms are observed on waking. He wakes up with confusion of mind, looks all around the room in confusion, bewildered, does not know the people, wonders where he is and what is the meaning of the things he sees. Children that rouse up in sleep frightened and in confusion, like lycopodium. Great sadness, irritability, loss of memory, and aversion to work. A sense of bodily congestion, fullness of the veins, general venous stasis, worse in sleep, worse from lying, better from bodily exertion. The symptoms pass away after considerable exertion, moving about, doing something, keeping busy relieves. Persons who suffer from palpitation when the pulsation extends to the extremities and the throbbing of the heart in sleep can be heard, an audible palpitation. Flying pains all over the body like pulsatilla and kali curve, fleeting, sharp, shooting, tearing pains, flying from one part to another. They seem at times to be scarcely more than skin deep. Sometimes they fly along the course of the nerves. Headache, dull aching pain. It seems that the brain would be pressed out. Dull aching pain in the back of the head, as if the head would be crushed. Fullness of the brain. Dull frontal headache from right to left with constrictive feeling of skin or forehead. Formication of the scalp, formication, tickling and shooting and itching all over the body. Great redness of the eyes with lacrimation, burning eyeballs and vascular appearance. Fullness of the hands and feet, not the fullness that puts upon pressure, that we call edema, but a tenseness. Weakness after a hot bath, weakness in warm weather, aversion to heat, and desire for cold. It is the state of pulsatilla. The pulsatilla veins contract in cold weather, and the shriveling up makes the patient feel better, but the veins fill and become engorged in the warm air, and after a hot bath, Aesculus feels better in cold air. Stinging superficial pains of Aesculus are nearly always ameliorated by heat, while the deeper affections are oftentimes ameliorated from cold. In pulsatilla, the stinging pains of the scalp and over the body here and there are often ameliorated by the local application of heat, while the patient himself wants to be in the cold. In the same way, Aesculus stinging pains are better from heat, while the patient is often better from cold. Although at times he is aggravated from cold, damp weather in rheumatic and venous conditions. In sequel, the little sharp pains that follow the course of the nerves are better from heat, but the patient himself wants to be in the cold air, are to be uncovered except the spot of pain which he wants kept warm. In camphor, during pain he wants the windows closed and wants hot applications, but as soon as the pain is over he wants the windows open and desires to be uncovered so that he can breathe. Aesculus is a venous remedy, engorged and full, sometimes to bursting. Where congestion takes place, it is purple or blue in color. Inflammation of the throat, the characteristic being that it is very dark. Tendency to varicose veins and ulceration, and round about these marked duskiness. Varicose leg ulcers with a purplish areola. Hemorrhoidal tumor is purple, looking almost as if it would slough. In Aesculus, things are slow, the activities are reduced, the heart is laboring, and the veins are congested. Irritations, sour, greasy, bitter, desire to vomit, heartburn, and gulping up of food after eating. Aesculus has a great disturbance of digestion, like phosphorus and ferrum. As soon as the patient has swallowed the food or a little while after, it becomes sour and he irritates it until after a while he has emptied the stomach of its full contents. Such is the state of phosphorus, ferrum, arsenicum, Aesculus. Aesculus has also a state of congestion and ulceration of the stomach. Constant distress and burning in the stomach, inclination to vomit, portal stasis. Digestion is slow, the bowels are constipated, and there is protrusion of the rectum when at stool. Most troublesome hemorrhoids with fullness of the right hypochondrium. After eating there is distress in the bowels and rectum, sticking, jagging, burning pains as if the rectum were full of sticks. Hemorrhoidal veins are all distended and ulcerate. The stool becomes jammed into the rectum against these distended veins, and then ulceration takes place with bleeding and great suffering. Hemorrhoids that do not bleed, but it cures bleeding piles also. Great soreness, much pain, urging to stool, dark stool followed by white one, chronic constipation, pain in back of the neck and base of the brain, basilar headaches, pain and aching across the sacrum into the hips when walking. The pain through the sacrum into the hips when walking, it may be present even when there are no hemorrhoids. Constant dull backache, walking is almost impossible, scarcely able to rise to walk after sitting. Patients suffering from the Aesculus backache on attempting to rise from sitting makes many painful efforts before he finally succeeds. This is found in sulfur, petroleum, and is also cured by agaricus. Dragging down pain of the pelvis with copious leukorrhea and pressing pain in the hips when walking. Lower part of the abdomen feels full both before and during menstruation. There is much suffering at this time with pains in the hips. Leukorrhea with lameness in the back across sacroiliac articulations. During pregnancy, soreness, fullness and uneasy consciousness of the uterus and pain across the back when walking. Gouty rheumatic affections, neuralgic affections from the elbows to the hands. Rending, tearing pains, flying hither and thither without any particular order, relieved by heat. Varicose veins of the thighs and legs. Engorged veins in the throat after sore throat has passed away. After eye troubles have been cured, varicose veins remain in the eye. With rheumatic complaints, there are varicose veins. Dose 6, 12, 30 potency, 1 drop in 10 ml water on empty stomach or as advised by your doctor. Thank you.